Advanced, lesson 19, 19, reading passage, reading comprehension, is the earth getting warmer? Hello, Claudia. How are you?
Hi, teacher. I'm good, thank you.
Good, good.
How about you?
I'm all right. Yes. Tomorrow is going to be
Nice.
better than today, but today was nice. Okay. So,
Tomorrow is Friday.
yes, of course. Okay, thank God. So I believe that today is not as cold as it used to be in the past few days, right?
Yes,
You are
right.
only with the
Today
2
is
layers.
8. Yes, just two. Today is 18 right now.
Oh, that's a nice day to go out for a walk, okay?
Not really. I prefer stay here.
Okay. Hello again, Erika. Hello again, Regina. Hello again, Mario.
Hello,
Well,
teacher.
hello. How are you? Are you still fine?
Yes, I'm fine.
You didn't sound very fine. Are you tired?
No. Only preoccupation.
Only worried.
Only worried. My mother-in-law is in hospital.
Oh, that's not good.
Yes.
Yeah. Health is always a problem. Okay.
Yes.
Well, I hope she.
AVC, AVC. How do you spell? How do you
Yeah,
in
in
English?
English you call it a stroke. She had a
Stroke.
stroke. Yes.
Stroke.
Yeah, I by accident I mentioned this in the previous class. A stroke is when one of the veins, one of the blood vessels, boom, explode. Right?
Yes. Yes.
We say stroke. All right. I remember that we were reading the article about global warming, and after the class, some students were mocking me at Instagram because of my beautiful drawing. So today I'm not going to draw anything for you. Yes, they were making some mocking posts, okay? Like my teacher's explanation about greenhouse effect. And boom, the photograph. Probably people will think I am a 2-year-old teacher, okay? My drawing was like that. Well, does anyone remember where we stopped reading? Here, I think we talked. If you are living with an angry beast, you shouldn't poke it with a sharp stick.
Yeah.
But I don't know how much further down we went. We talked about the permafrost. We talked about the rainforest in the Amazon. Maybe we stopped here, or no? Yes, I think we stopped here. The effect is diminished. Because I don't remember talking about the 19th century passenger pigeons, okay?
Yes.
So,
Pumpy, the last one.
I'm sorry?
You explain about Pumpy, the last thing in the class.
About?
Pumpy, it's correct. It's now both positive and negative feedback.
Ah, okay. Now, let's read this. Claudia, can you start reading this part? Both positive and negative feedback loops?
Sure. Both positive and negative feedback loops can occur in all kinds of Earth systems, not just in a system related to climate. For example, the relationship between different species of animals is a kind of system as well. Species of animals is a kind of system as well. Periodically, the population of certain animals will wax and wane. In some cases, the population of a species wane. In some cases, the population of a species can become stuck in a negative feedback loop. This can occur if a predator becomes too powerful and its prey becomes too weak. For example, in the early 19th century, humans began hunting a species of bird known as a passenger pigeons. Soon, fewer birds exist, which made it more difficult for the species to mate. As mating declined, fewer birds were born, which made it still more difficult for the birds. This created a negative feedback loop in which the population of the birds continued to fall until they are now extinct.
Okay, good. Understand this part? Is there any problem?
Wax and wane.
Wax.
Wax.
Okay.
Yes, me too.
This together, wax and wane, together, it means a situation that tends to increase a lot and decrease a lot, alternate peaks of increase, decrease. You can use this to refer to the inflation. You can use this to refer to the dollar exchange rate. You can use this to refer to the animals, the population of animals. Okay, they wax and wane. At certain periods of the year, they wane. Certain periods of the year, they wax. Okay?
Okay.
But wax, or in this case, I've heard many people saying walks. Okay, you have also the famous wax museum, like Madame Trousseau in London, and of course now there are in other cities. Okay, it's a wax or wax museum. Okay, and in the United States, it's very common to see advertised in many spas the Brazilian wax. That is when they remove all the hair in certain areas. It's called Brazilian waxing. Okay?
Okay.
Another question about this part?
Passenger pigeons is a kind of pigeons.
Yes, the problem is that they don't exist anymore. They are extinct. Okay? They don't exist in the 19th century. Okay?
Okay.
What?
People started killing them. A pigeon.
Pigeons.
Una colomba, una paloma. Okay?
Yes, I understand.
Yes. Fly away, fly, pigeon, fly. Go shit away from my head. Okay?
Okay.
I hate a specific square in London because there are so many pigeons on Trafalgar Square that it's impossible to cross the square without getting bombarded by poo from the pigeons, understand? They always come and ooh, paw, and then you look, oh shit. Oh, it's really shit. Oh gosh. Okay.
Yes, São Marco, there are many.
Yes, it's true.
Yes. Yeah, but you go there at night, then they are hidden. Yeah, during the day is the problem, okay? Okay? Trafalgar Square is the same. If you go at night, there are no pigeons. But the problem is that
Yeah.
people keep giving them food, keep feeding them during the day, so they go there a lot.
Because it's no Italia, it's Britannic.
Yeah. I don't know what happens. Any other question about these or no?
No.
Understand this part here. Soon fewer birds existed, which made it more difficult for the species to mate. As mating declined, fewer birds were born, which made it more difficult for the birds, and so on. And then they became extinct. Understand mate in this case?
Yes.
Because mate means a friend, a companion, okay? Like you can say a workmate, a classmate, a roommate, okay? Isa has a bad mate that always sleeps with her. Right, Isa?
Right.
Yes, your
Yeah,
four-leg bad mate, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, a mate is a friend. That's why, remember that in Brazil a few years ago, there was a pen competing with Bic that was called Paper Mate. Remember?
Yes.
It was a friend of the paper. Paper Mate, okay? So in this situation, to mate is different. To mate means to reproduce, okay?
Okay.
So what happened? The number of birds declined, so it was more difficult for a male bird to find a female bird, and the mating decreased. If the mating decreased, the number of new birds decreased. And if there were no more new birds, so all the birds disappeared. Okay?
Yes.
Yes, if this quarantine continues for a long time, I don't know what's going to happen. If the number of babies in Brazil is going to decrease or if it's going to increase a lot. Understand? Yes, because the
We
one
don't
that,
have to know.
no, I don't know. The ones that are alone, okay. But the ones that are not alone, oh, well, they are probably
Exactly.
not watching TV all the time, understand? They're just mating,
Exactly.
okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
What's happening? My video is not working. Ah, it's working, yes.
No.
Okay,
Oh,
hello.
now
No,
it's right.
sometimes you
Hello.
disappear.
Yes,
Hello.
yes. Yes, because sometimes I go out to eat something and I leave you guys alone, okay? That's why, okay?
Oh.
Like you do with me, okay? No more question.
No.
Oh.
Okay, Isa, your turn. Can you read the other paragraph? While scientists understand,
Okay. While scientists understand some of how these feedback loops work, they lack leak.
no, leak is when your dog starts licking
So
you.
lack,
Lack. They
lack
lack a
a
deep
deep
knowledge.
knowledge of them, making them extremely unpredictable. This is because, like any complex system, these feedback loops include many variables.
Variables.
variables. Many of these systems are also interdependent, which means that many of these feedback loops affect each other. For example, when permafrost melts, it makes the whole world hotter, not just the area around the permafrost. And these changes are not just limited to the temperature. Changes in the amount of rainfall an area receives can lead to changes in its atmosphere. This, in turn, can affect the Earth's temperature, which can affect how much ice melts, which can affect how much rain falls, and so on. So, a small change to a very complex system can lead to very big consequences. This makes predicting the behavior of large systems incredibly difficult.
Okay. Everything is connected, understand? So
Yes.
one thing triggers another thing. I read that, for example, if the ocean temperature increases only 1 degree, okay? What is 1 degree Celsius in our lives, more or less? Nothing, understand? But in the ocean, 1 degree means that millions of plants and fish will die because of 1 degree.
Yes. Corals too.
And the corals, yes. Yeah, that's what I said. Plants, animals, okay, fish. 1 degree, which means nothing for us. Like Claudia was freezing yesterday because it was 16. Today she said it's okay because it's 18. See, a difference of 2 degrees is not killing her. Another question about this.
Oh, teacher, I have
Permafrost.
a question.
We talked about this yesterday. Permafrost is the same word in Portuguese. You can say, but I don't understand what this is. This is a special kind of soil, Regina. Okay? It's underground soil where you can find large amounts of natural gas. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
In Portuguese, also pergilisolo.
See, I think Isa was the only one that memorized the name in Portuguese because
Yes.
in Portuguese we say permafrost.
Okay.
Okay? If you use this to a scientist when talking about global warming, he understands exactly what you're saying because this area, this permafrost area, its temperature is below 0. It's very, very cold. Understand?
Yes.
What happens? An increase in temperature starts melting the permafrost. And when it melts, it releases the gas that is there. And the gas goes into the atmosphere. Which increases the destruction of the ozone layer. Understand?
Oh, yeah.
And this is a serious problem. And then the whole world gets hotter. Okay? And north of Canada, north of Russia, north of Greenland, they're covered by these permafrosts. Okay?
Okay.
In Brazil, I am not sure we have these. Okay? But that's in most areas where you have this kind of soil, if you dig, you will find the natural gas, okay? In large quantities.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, teacher.
Teacher,
No problem.
I have a question. In English, I noticed that they use many repetitions in the same paragraph.
Like what?
Like in this one, can affect. Why? Don't have a limit?
Yes, but this is a special case, Isa, because it's a looping. How can you explain a looping? Because in a looping, the things loop. So one event affects the next, and the next affects the next, okay? Sometimes, of course, I agree with you, it's not good to use the same word. That's why there are some dictionaries of synonyms, okay? That you should always find the word you want to say and try to use a synonym, not to be repetitive. But in this case, explaining something that happens inside of a loop is kind of strange, because if you go 3, 4, 5, 6 times, it's the same. That's why the guy said here, changes in the amount of rainfall an area receives can lead to changes in the atmosphere. You see, one is consequence of the other. This in turn can affect the Earth temperature, which in turn can lead to changes in the atmosphere, which can affect the Earth temperature, which can affect how much ice melts. And then the more ice it melts, the more it rains, and so on. Okay? The other paragraphs were not like this. It was just this one, the guy was explaining a looping system. Okay?
But it's something that I see in many texts.
Yes.
Many words repeated.
One thing that you need to observe is that I always tell my students, don't worry about using I when you're telling a story about yourself many times, because in English, verbs are not conjugated. So if you don't use the subject, understand? People don't understand what you're talking about. Okay, so in Italian, in Portuguese, in Spanish, it is not necessary to use the subject. You can start with the verb, like vado al supermercato, okay? Like I'm going to the supermarket. But I can omit I. Why? Because vado indicates that I'm going, okay? Or I never use
The verb
io.
change, né?
Yes,
The
the verb
verbs
changes. Yeah, yeah. And the verb changes, but in my case, I only use it in first person singular. It's always I. Understand?
I.
Yes, it's difficult to memorize all the forms for all the persons. Understand?
Yes.
So I always say I.
Io
And then I
vado.
say, yeah,
Io
no.
voglio.
Yeah, you see, exactly like this, and then I just say e tu.
E tu?
Okay?
E lei?
Now, lei is the third person.
Yes.
Okay? Or the informal tu. Yes.
Yes,
Possible tu.
yes.
But lei and Louis. Okay? Louis is for a he, lei for a she.
The formal, né? The formal.
Yeah, but lei is a formal for you or sir or whatever. Okay? Anche lei, you too. Okay? Like when people say, have a good day. Okay? Buona giornata. Anche lei. Okay? For you too.
Yes.
Okay? Any other question about this looping effect here or no? Can we go to the next part?
Yeah.
Regina, some skeptics
about climate change.
Climate.
Sorry, teacher. Some skeptics about climate change point to this uncertainty.
Yes.
As a way was.
Regina.
Yes, teacher.
Remember what I have already told you. Yes. Break up the word. Break the word at the prefixes and suffix, like certain. Certain is easy to say. Uncertain. Uncertainty. You see? It's easier than if you try to uncertain. Okay, it gets confusing.
Uncertainty.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can always break up a word at the prefixes or the suffixes. Like if I say, for example, home. Home is easy. Then I say homeless. Homeless is easy. Then I say homelessness. Now, if you try to read everything together, you might get lost. Exactly. Homelessness. Homelessness. Okay?
Homelessness. Okay, teacher. Some skeptics about climate change point to this uncertainty as a way of casting doubt. Doubts.
You don't pronounce the B.
Doubt
on
whether the world is actually warming. However, being unable to predict the effects of
to predict the effects
to predict the effects of climate change climate change does not mean that it is not happening. Thinking back to Broca's analogy, if you poke a wild animal with a sharp stick, you may not be able to guess exactly how it will react. However, even if you don't know precisely what the animal will do, it may bite you or scratch you or just growl. It's still a very bad idea.
There's an L there. There's an L. Growl.
Growl or just growl. It's still a very bad idea to provoke it.
Okay. Any question about this part?
Gosh.
Okay.
Climate. Skeptics.
You know, you never heard the adjective, I'm so skeptical about that. I use this a lot. No? Skeptical is when you are not very sure about something. You don't trust the person or what the person is saying. And skeptics are the people. They are skeptics. Okay?
Okay.
Now, I'd like to talk that poking a wild animal with a sharp stick, you never know the reaction. It's just like teasing a woman with PMS. You never know how she is going to react. Okay? It's about the same of poking a wild animal. Okay? So we should never tease a woman that is with PMS. Do you understand PMS?
Yes.
And what does PMS? What does PMS mean for a man?
What?
Danger.
Yeah,
Stay away.
Pack my bags. Okay? Yes. Pack my. No, pack my PMS. What was? Pack my
Tá vendo?
suitcase. I am leaving. Okay? Yes. I saw this t-shirt in Las Vegas. Okay? What does PMS mean for a man? Pack my suitcase. Okay? Hello? I'm getting out of here.
Go out.
Yes, I'll come back next week. Okay? Any other question or no? Erica, it's your turn. Scientists continue to debate.
Scientists continue to debate exactly what happens as the Earth's temperatures rises. Among the most popular ideas are that dry areas will become increasingly dry, while wet areas will become increasingly wet. Oceans, seas, and lakes will rise, and glaciers, ice caps, ice caps, and snow-covered areas will become smaller. However, many climate scientists agree that a potential way of reducing the effects of climate change is to cut down the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere.
Good. Any question about this?
No.
Understand everything here?
Oh, ice caps, teacher.
I'm not even going to think about drawing again, okay? Because last night after my wonderful class, somebody posted immediately my beautiful drawing, okay?
You suffer bullying.
Yes, I suffered a lot of bullying. They said, "Whoa, what's the problem with your teacher? Is he retarded?" Okay?
No, no, teacher.
No, teacher. No,
No.
teacher.
No, everybody loves it.
Anyway, oh, I can imagine. Imagine that I have the power. I have the earth in my hands. I'm holding the earth in my hands. No more drawings, okay?
Okay.
Here, right at the
Exato,
top,
teacher.
and here, right at the bottom, I have the ice caps. Okay? Like in the North Pole, in the South Pole. Okay? You have
Okay.
the ice caps that cover this area. They used to be huge, but now they're not so big. Okay? You can see photographs of polar bears being totally isolated on a piece of ice that broke up and is floating in the water. Okay? There are some very shocking pictures of animals suffering because of the melting of the ice caps. Okay?
Okay,
And you
thank you.
see polar bears, you see a lot of animals that are probably going to be extinct if the ice caps melt. Okay? Polar bear is probably the most dangerous animal that you can find. Like yesterday, as I said, a black bear killed a woman in Canada. She was talking to her father. She didn't see the bear coming from behind. She lived up in the mountains and the bear attacked and killed her while she was talking to her father on the phone. And the father heard everything. But the polar bears are the most dangerous animals because the hunting for food is so difficult that when they see food, they will do whatever they can to get it, understand? But there is a very funny thing. They can kill almost all the other animals, but they will never, like the polar bears will never, I can't see what I'm writing. They will never attack a penguin. Maybe it's not, no, it's not like this. It is not like, it's not like this for sure. No, that's like a pigeon. Penguin, I forgot how to spell it. But I know how to say it. The polar bear will never attack a penguin.
Why?
Yes, that's my question, Miss Erica. Okay?
Respect.
Why?
Respect.
What?
Penguins are cute.
Because they are cute. Yes?
Oh, teacher. Write
No.
like penguin.
Yeah, I forgot how to spell it. I'm getting old. Pingeon. Is it like this?
Yeah. P-E-N. Penguin.
P-E-N.
P-E-N.
Yes.
G.
No, não é I. É P-A-P-E.
P-E-N-G-U-I-N.
P-E-E, I got. What about the rest?
No.
Não, menino.
No.
I'm so glad you didn't call
Do
me
you remember
Amor there.
Paiva? Do you remember Paiva?
Yeah, but are you spelling Portuguese or in English?
English. P-E.
In Portuguese or in English? You're driving me crazy. Make up your mind.
Isa, you too.
P-E-N.
Is that Portuguese or English?
Português.
Oh my gosh. Can't you spell in English?
Não, eu não sei dizer em inglês.
You don't know the alphabet?
E,
Não.
I'll send you back to the basic.
Ok.
You can speak, but if you don't know the alphabet. Okay, is it
Yeah.
like this?
Yes, just N. N no final.
I'm trying, just a moment.
No, no, I am.
Penguin.
Yes.
But my question was, why does a polar bear never attacks a penguin?
A penguin.
Penguin.
They attack, no?
No, never.
No, what? Well, why?
It's a very interesting thing.
He's already asking.
Erica said because they are so cute. No, it's not a matter
no, Isa said this.
You see,
The taste is not good.
No, it's because of the distance factor. Polar bears
Oh,
in
Oh,
the
sure.
living,
North
yeah,
Pole and
not, yes.
I knew it.
in the South Pole, right?
Oh, so cool.
That's why there are no penguins in the North Pole. That's
In
why
the
they-
north.
Yes.
I knew
Oh,
it.
yes. Oh, yes, teacher.
You have penguins in the South
North.
Pole, in South Africa. Some penguins have even migrated to further countries like South Australia, New Zealand, escaping from, I don't know why they escaped from the Antarctica, okay? But
Okay.
anyway, any question about this or no questions?
No,
Oh,
Okay, now based on the text, let's see if you can understand this. Me, are you with us?
Yes, teacher.
You again ask Erica the question number 1. Read the question and the possible answers and give her a chance to answer it, please.
According to the passage, which gas is generated in especially large amounts when we burn fossil fuels?
Fuels.
Fuels. A,
Carbon dioxide.
carbon dioxide. B, methane. C, methane.
Carbon monoxide.
Carbon monoxide, or sulfur dioxide.
Dioxide. Yes, very good.
letter A, carbon dioxide.
Carbon dioxide. This is the killer one, okay? Erica, can you ask the next question to Regina, please? Read the question and the answers.
Okay. The increase of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere has had which effect on the Earth's climate? Letter A, average rainfall has decreased. B, extreme weather has become less common. C, the Earth's temperatures are rising. And D, the Earth's temperatures are falling.
Or E, I don't know.
Or E,
E,
what's your
E,
option?
teacher.
E,
E, no, C.
it's easy.
See?
What's the consequence of the global warming?
Rising.
Yes.
C, letter C.
Yeah, the temperatures are rising.
Rising.
Okay? Increasing, rising. That's why it's so hot in Bragança, okay?
No, it's cool, cold.
Regina, ask Claudia.
Arctic ice plays an important role in cooling the earth. Cooling the earth. With evidence from the passage best supports this statement. Letter E, A. In the last 30 years, more than 1/3 of the ice that appears in the Arctic during the summer has melted away. Letter B, Arctic ice reflects the sun's light. Letter C, when Arctic ice melts, it reveals more of the darker colored land or ocean water. Letter D, darker colored land absorbs the sun's light, causing the climate's temperature.
Climate. You have a
Oh
problem
my
with this word.
gosh. The
Yes.
third.
Or the fourth.
The climate's temperature to increase. Climate temperature
Yes,
to increase.
to increase.
Oh, increase.
So, what do you think? What plays and why the Arctic ice plays an important role in cooling the Earth?
Arctic ices reflect the sun's light.
Yes,
Letter
the
B.
others are consequence of what's happening, understand? But plays an important role in cooling because they reflect the sun's light. Then that means the heat is not absorbed. And once they melt, they will expose larger areas of ocean or land, which absorbs the energy from the sun. Okay, so letter B.
B.
Okay. Claudia, can you read number 4, asking Isa?
Yes.
4.
Some of the gases contributed to gases. Some of the gases that contributed to global warming are trapped in permafrost. When permafrost melts, many of these gases are released into the atmosphere. This leads to an increase of the This leads to an increase of the atmosphere's temperature, which causes more permafrost to melt. What type of feedback loop is in this an example of? Negative feedback loop, complex feedback loop, both a positive and negative feedback loop, positive feedback loop.
What do you think is? Or E, I don't know.
It's a negative feedback loop.
Oh, which causes, this leads to an increase, which causes more permafrost to melt. So the effect of it was amplified or diminished?
It's amplified.
So it's positive. Yes, that's what you need to remember, okay? Positive means the consequence is amplified. Negative means diminished, understand? Like the population of the birds.
I have this doubt in the, I have this doubt in the text because in my mind, positive is a good thing.
Yes, exactly. But here it's the opposite because a positive feedback looping means that there is an increase in what is happening, understand? And in this case, it's a bad thing, okay? Isa, can you read and ask me question number 5, please?
Okay. What's the main idea of this passage? Climate change is a complex and unpredictable process involving feedback loops. Disagreements about climate change have prevented scientists from finding real solutions to global warming. Wallace Brooker's theory may have been incorrect, but he presented some worthwhile ideas. Presented is worthwhile?
Worthwhile.
Ideas. Climate change can be completely reversed if carbon dioxide production is changed.
Me, do you have any idea?
I think it's A.
I agree.
Me too. Me three. Okay.
Okay.
E4, you see? So, yes, it's so complex and unpredictable, okay? Because it involves a lot of feedback process, both positive and negative. So nobody knows exactly. Disagreements? No. They may have been incorrect? No, it was correct, okay? And climate change can be completely reversed. The word completely destroy the phrase. No, that's not the point. Me, can you read number 6 and ask Erica, please?
Yes.
It's her favorite word.
Yes.
If Erica makes a mistake in this one, I will retire from teaching from tomorrow on. I stopped working. I will
Oh my
never
God.
be a... Yes, so
Oi.
think very
No,
carefully.
I will be the
The future of my children is in your hands, okay?
Oh my gosh.
Read the following sentence. Some scientists expect an increase in so-called extreme weather events, such as hurricane
And floods.
floods. Others foresee a rise in levels of seawater. Which word could best replace foresee as used in this sentence? A. Forecast. B. Glimpse. C. Pretend. D. Discover.
Think well before answering, okay? Or you're not going to see
Forecast,
me.
teacher.
Ah, very well.
Teacher, what does the meaning of eclipse?
A look, a fast look.
Look. Okay.
Just a glimpse, okay?
Good.
All right, very
All
good.
right.
We can stop here. The next 3 or 4, you can finish. Tomorrow we'll just conclude this and I will find something else for us to do, okay?
Okay,
Okay.
teacher. Thank you.
All right.
But
All right.
Yes, there is a homework here concerning the use of the ed or the ing. If you have time to do it, I would greatly appreciate it. Otherwise, we can do it in class, okay?
okay, teacher. Thank you.
Thank you for watching my class. See you all tomorrow. Have a great evening, okay? Keep yourself safe and warm.
Bye-bye,
okay?
guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Tomorrow.
Bye.
Tomorrow.
Bye-bye.